Let's get to our top story this afternoon. More than 2 years after a young man was stabbed to death in the town of Hamburg, the people connected with the brutal killing were sentenced today.
Our Patrick Ryan was in court today as 4 of the 6 people involved are handed down a sentence.
It was an emotional day in court as those involved in the vicious stabbing death of 25-year-old Brendan Benoit learned their fate. Judge Kenneth Case calling this one of the worst days of his career, and Benoit's family speaking directly to those who have caused them such unimaginable pain. His father calling those involved cowardly, conniving killers. Judge Case handed down the heaviest sentence to 28-year-old Jared Adamski, who had pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter for stabbing Benoit to death. He'll spend 25 years in prison, followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. According to the Erie County DA's office, Adamski and others conspired to lure Benoit into the woods off Heltz Road in Lakeview. In the early morning hours of July 10, 2022, Kaylee Skibick-Shue, a love interest of Benoit's, drove him and Alexis Dean and 2 others to the woods. That's where Adamski, Harrison Drozen, and Connor Crone were hiding, ready to attack. When Benoit got out of the car, he was punched in the face, and soon after, Adamski, wielding a knife, stabbed Benoit several times in the upper area of his legs. All 6 left the 25-year-old in the woods where he would die. Judge Case says this was all started by a false allegation that Benoit had sexually assaulted Skibick-Shue. Rows of chairs today were filled with Benoit's loved ones, many with tissues in hand, fighting back tears.
He went there happily to hang out with some friends. So he thought he was ambushed and slaughtered. I live with the nightmare, night terror, stress, grief, and sadness, and complete despair of losing my baby.
I'm not asking for forgiveness because I know that if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't be forgiving in the slightest. But I am asking you all to please understand that I did not mean for this to happen, and if I could take back what has been done, I would.
On first-degree manslaughter charges, Skibick-Shue will spend 10 years in prison, and Harrison Drozen is going away for 12 years. Connor Crone was sentenced to time served and 5 years probation for second-degree assault. Alexis Dean will be sentenced at a later date for evidence tampering. And a 6th person was previously granted youthful offender status and sentenced to a year for evidence tampering. Reporting, Patrick Ryan, News 4.